Great stuff, Jan. Great to have you on. Actually, the lads were giving you some stick yesterday for this interview, saying that you looked like a Haaland psychologist in it. And we talked about Team Haaland. We heard that he's the CEO. His dad's the managing director. Mino Raiola's the sporting director. And the boys thought that you were trying to see what your role might be on Team Haaland. So could it be that, the psychologist?
Well, I saw especially Dan giving me some stick because I look like a psychiatrist, but I got him to open himself, so I think I will be the best psychiatrist in the world. But it was great. It was great to show him from another side. A lot of people see him as a Superman, and well, I tried to see Clark Kent. That was the guy I wanted to see, and he was quite open. Not that it surprised me, but I think that was good to show that part of him as well.
Let's talk about the mental side of Haaland's game as well then, because we've heard in parts of the interview about his injuries. We know that he's injured at the moment and expected back later in February. Do you think this player's mental strength, and we'll get to his physical attributes in a moment, but do you think his mental strength is a big part of why he is where he is now?
Absolutely, and when you speak to Erling, if you speak to him how he prepare for a game, how he trained 24/7 to improve his game, how he never goes for something comfort, and you talk about his treatments and everything. This is a man. Yes, he got a conservative treatment, an established treatment from his club, but he looks every way to try to get fit, to take 1 centimeter here, to wake a tenth of a second there. He's working all along, and the way he's managed to all the stations that he's got, that he not only has he developed, but he have developed quicker than everybody thought in Salzburg and in Dortmund. So that's why I think there's always this speculation about him moving away, because his development is nearly quicker than himself, and I think that makes him unbelievable in the terms how he's using his mental strength to kind of block everything out.
You know, Jan, the one thing that impressed me about this interview was he clearly shows that he is very strong mentally. When you normally have a 21-year-old and you're sat in front of a camera and you're being asked questions, usually it's the cliche after cliche after cliche of being scared, of not wanting to say the wrong thing, of trying to do the right thing. This guy was sitting thinking about your questions and was very calm about it and very open. You don't see that in many 21-year-olds.
No, you don't. And I think that, I mean, we talked about his statement as well when he came out and said that people put me under pressure and everything. I think that surprised people a bit. This guy is very street smart. He's the way he's working, we can make jokes about his team Haaland, but the way he is working on his strength, how he's working 24/7, as I said, is unbelievable. And I agree with you, Steve. When he sits down there, he is a 21-year-old. Sometimes you forget that he's 21. I remember when I was 21, I thought I was doing well. I remember my brother, my little brother, he slaughtered me when I was 21 doing interviews because he thought I was useless. And this guy is just relaxed. And I think that's why everybody tried to show in this interview. I think that's why Dortmund wanted to let this happen. And I think also this was the reason Erling Haaland sat down. I think people wanted to show beyond that machine kind of guy that is playing in the German Bundesliga.
Yeah, and I've got a question for you again, actually. I'm confused. We keep hearing about the pressure that Dortmund and Watzke are putting on him. Is the pressure to turn round and say to Dortmund, I am gone at the end of the season? Because that surely would be the right thing to do. And if I'm Dortmund, then I think he should tell them. But if it's for any other reason, then I suggest that's nonsense. But surely it has to be, can you just tell us if you are going or not?
Yeah, but I think that if at this moment you had Erling Haaland in front of you, you asked him the same question, Stevie, I'm sure that he would know. I'm not sure that he will know now that he's going. And people are not used to these kind of clauses in contracts because that in British football, in English football, that is not used very often. But that is a period of time, say that is a month or whatever. I'm not sure when it is or whatever. So everything of this is already in his contract. So for him now to say, yes, I will leave. First of all, he got a contract with Dortmund Football Club for another 2 seasons. And that is point number one. And if someone going to come in and take that clause and buy the XY amount that he will go, that won't happen now anyway. But after that famous interview when he talked about the pressure, Dortmund and Erling, or especially Dortmund, want to say that they never made any kind of deadline, and Erling wants to say, well, he can understand that what Dortmund wants to know what I will do next season, but at the moment I don't know that. I just want to play football.
Well, we've obviously been doing our part here on ESPN FC and trying to find little nuggets in there. Yesterday, he mentioned that he likes the crowds in the Premier League at the moment in that part of the interview and how nice that's been to see. We've also seen another part of the interview where he talks about how much he likes spending time in the sunshine. We know there's no sunshine in Manchester. Everybody knows that. So does that point towards Spain, Jan? Because that's what we could read into it.
Well, I think it's quite interesting. I try to do the same, and 100%. I mean, I know Team Haaland. I play with his dad, and I know Erling and everything. And that's one of the reasons I will never, in an interview like this, ask him what are you going to do next season, because then he will never answer that. So I didn't put that into. And same as you, then you will try to analyze things. I've said before, and I say it again. He's born in Leeds. His dad has played in English football. He will someday play in English football. I'm 100% sure about that. But it's all the matter where do you start, and there could be two roads you can think. You can think, well, I go to England now as I am fit. I can do whatever I want, or I feel I can do whatever I want, and I go there now when I'm a young player. Or you can think that you can go to Spain first, play for Real Madrid. There are games, and no disrespect to La Liga, but there are some games that are a bit easier, if I may say that. And I'm a big fan of La Liga, but there is a bit easier than the other games, and then go to England. If there is one analysis I will say when I watch them, is that somehow I felt that the thing that going to Spain first and then to England was very clear before. I think that is a bit more equalized now. I think that is very open. I don't 100%. I'm not 100% sure because I don't know 100%. But I think that they don't know at the moment where he's going. It's like Formula One. There has to be a seat free. Where is Mbappé going? This and that. So I think that we'll have this speculation for some times to go.
He's going to have his pick of the bunch, Stevie. If you were him, where would you look to go to next?
I would go to Manchester City.
Right now?
Well, yeah, right now. Because right now, they are by far the best team in the Premier League. We talk about how he wants to play in England. And if you're going to play in England, guess what? I think I'd like to play with the best team in the Premier League. You're also talking about a team that can't wait to get a Champions League trophy. And the owners are not going to keep backing the team, certainly until they win that Champions League trophy. So why not be a part of that as well? You could be the hero of the. You could be Erling Haaland, the father of Aage Haaland, who comes back to Man City and wins the greatest European tournament they've ever had. I mean, there are so many great things that could happen, and where else could you really say that with any sort of certainty?
Yeah, because it does seem for him that the Champions League's a big factor. It's a trophy. He's told you, Jan, and understandably so, that he wants to win. Is he looking at which team he goes to next at a team that definitely is a viable option, not just a team that finishes in the top four, a team that really is one of the favourites to win the Champions League? Can you see him going to one of those sides?
Well, when he chose Salzburg and when he chose Dortmund, you got a feeling that the main thing was development. I understand now that the main thing is to win titles. And it's interesting, the points that Stevie is making, not only that he's going to Manchester City, one of the favourites to win Champions League if he goes there, but it's also he knows that he will improve under Pep Guardiola. He will make him a better player. Having said that, I can also understand, I mean, Real Madrid got this attraction to any player to once play with Real Madrid, maybe play with Mbappé, Benzema, and so on and so on. So I think it's very, very open. I mean, when you see in English football, football. Things are moving at Chelsea as well. I mean, Chelsea wanted him. They were desperate to get him before they tried to get Lewandowski. They ended up with Lukaku. There are things that is not going so well for the number 9, the striker at Chelsea. So there could be some open seats soon.
Thanks so much for watching ESPN on YouTube. And for more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for premium content and live streaming, subscribe to ESPN Plus.